What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Want to conduct a brief video that gives you some insight in terms of the journey process, just giving you some information that'll be very, very helpful to each of you, hopefully, as you matriculate through this process. A couple things I want to cover, and the first one, of course, is meditation. Meditation is something that a lot of people hear, a lot of people um, converse about, but here in the West, is not something that we use within our culture as we should. What I love about meditation is it's not germane to any religion, meaning no religion owns the concept of meditation, but it's something that is owned by humanity. It is something that helps us to get back to the places and spaces of our humanity. And what I mean by that is we're just as much spiritual beings as we are physical beings, as we are soul or emotional beings. So the whole process of meditation is a process that helps to bring balance within a person's life. While meditating, the key is focus. You focus on the breath, you focus on your breathing. You envision yourself inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling through your mouth. You're not thinking about anything specifically. You're not taking your mind into a particular place. Now, when a lot of people are meditating, they find themselves distracted. They find themselves thinking about, well, what am I going to eat for breakfast? Where do I have to go after this appointment? What am I going to wear to work, etc. When we get into meditation, meditation will show you the wild state of your own mind, in that your mind has its own mind. It thinks what it wants to think. It is ruling over you. So as you're meditating, as you're relaxing, as you're focusing in on your breath, as those distractions come, you don't fight them. You let the thoughts come in and you let them exit. The key to meditation is the longer you do it and the more frequency you do it in, the more you will gain control of your mind. And what you want to be able to do, and the way you can see progress, is when you find yourself to where you have fewer distractions or fewer things that are deviating what it is that you're doing, focusing in on the moment. So a good way to start meditation is start off with 5 minutes, sitting for 5 minutes, focusing, inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling through your mouth. All right. When your mind begins to wander, come back to the breath. When I say come back to the breath, come back to allowing your focus to be on the breath, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth. Work your way up from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So that's a basic starting point for meditation that will give you a good kind of starting point in how to progress and how to move forward, etc. Secondly, I want to talk about the importance of daily reflection and journaling. This particular book that each of you, hopefully by this moment, have already gotten. If you haven't, be certain to get it, because the Journey 40-Day Devotional is a book that is specifically made for the journey process, not for the 40-day turn up, not for other processes, but specifically for the journey. One element of the journey is what we're calling emotional detoxification. And the way we detox emotionally is through blogging. And the way it is taught is not necessarily writing a diary. I went to the store today. I worked out today. I ate this today. I did this with my kids today. But reflective blogging is when you're blogging and on your emotional state. You want to be in tune with not what you feel, but why you feel it. Some days you'll be up, some days you'll be down, some days you'll be in the middle. You as a human being, especially a human being who desires to grow, needs to understand, why am I happy? Why am I sad? Why am I somewhere in the middle? You'd be surprised how many people are in emotional states and are completely clueless to them. When you're ignorant to the emotional state that you're in, you have no control over the emotional state that you reside in. This process of reflecting, of journaling, each and every day is an intricate part of the process. It is designed perfectly for this process. It's 40 different days. It starts with a scripture. It has a lesson. It moves to a takeaway or a point that you are to take away from that lesson. There's a challenge, and then there's an area for you to reflect right here. And you want to do that every single day. There'll be days that you don't feel like doing it, but the important thing is to do it each and every day, because the consistency of it and results are nothing more than a byproduct of how consistent you are. So let's keep that in mind through journaling each and every day. Lastly, and certainly not least, you want to be certain that you make this process a number one priority. That's very, very important. This process needs to be a number one priority for every person that's going through this. When you make this priority, when you make this process a priority, you're making yourself a priority. When other things come in front of it or before it or not as important as it, it means you're putting something else before yourself. You're putting other things before you. And there are other things that are not as important to you as you. There should be nothing in this world, inclusive of your family, your children, your job, your money, that is more important than you. When you put yourself first, your relationship with God is important. What you put in your body is important. Who you're around is important. Places you go, you vet them better. Things you do, people, where you spend your time, all of these things are more thoughtful because you put yourself first. So it's not a lot of times we hear the word selfishness. As it relates to myself, there's a place for us to be selfish. And if you don't put yourself first in life, how can you expect to be and to live your very best life or to be your best self? All right. So these are the 3 tips that I wanted to share with you all. I hope this helps. I'm so glad that you're in the process, and I look forward to working with each of you to helping you reach your best possible self. And soon, if you continue with hard work, I'll be not looking at ordinary people, but legends and butterflies. Until next time, be blessed. Peace.